Next tip is find flow. You can think of anxiety as the result of boredom. We have an area of the brain called the default mode network, otherwise known as DMN. The DMN is active when we're not engaged in something that captures our attention. The DMN is active when we're thinking about the future or ruminating about the past. When people are anxious about the future or have regrets about the past, this can lead to anxiety and depression. So one way of preventing the anxiety that results from boredom and an active DMN is to find engagement in the present. When we are fully engaged in the present, the DMN is quiet. And that can result in really not having the cognitive space in our heads to worry about the future because the present demands so much from us. The most evidence-based and popular method for being fully engaged in the present is called flow. Flow is an experience that has been described in top athletes, in people in all walks of life, in ordinary people. In fact, flow can be achieved by anyone, anywhere. It's really well described in this book by Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, and I recommend you pick up a copy. What Csikszentmihalyi outlines is a formula for achieving full engagement in the present that leads to flow, or optimal experience. There are three components of flow: setting a specific goal, having a challenge that matches your skills, and getting immediate feedback. Examples of flow include projects at work, cooking, reading or listening to an audiobook, going for a walk or a bike ride, meditating, yoga, having a conversation with others. If you think about a work assignment or active leisure like going for a hike, you can feel the challenge of that exertion. You can feel feedback on a hike when your heartbeat gets faster and your breathing increases, and you feel a sense of well-being from the endorphins flooding your bloodstream. There are many examples of flow, and the common denominator is they're active. They require something of us, and we know how we're doing throughout. In contrast, the most popular leisure activity for Americans is passive, watching television. We spend an average of 5 hours a day watching television. What's the goal watching television? Can't really say. Where's the challenge of watching television? There isn't really one. What feedback do you get that you're doing it right? None. It requires nothing of us. Many of the examples of flow activities are physical in nature, and that's because when we're exerting ourselves, even walking, we can't help but feel the body we are inhabiting. It's a lot easier to be present when we're challenging our body and feel inside our body during an activity.